The ultimate fan service. Not
Okay.
only fans, right?
No!
Those are only fans.
Make enough money
Yeah.
to eat wherever I want.
Yes.
But then I superseded that dream lah. Because now people pay me to eat.
That's a good point.
Some people will find it too like, but I can really do this, and I'm good at this, and it pays the bills.
Hey guys, welcome back to this very special episode of Clickbait. This is the first episode of season 3. Now, in today's episode, we have a very special guest hosting today's show. Is the king of YouTube and Egan Chia.
Oh my goodness. Oh, the king of YouTube, and I caught that.
And
Bro,
Egan Chia.
thank you so much for having me on the show. It's
Thank
so
you.
surreal because you used to be on my show.
Yes.
And now I'm on your show.
Yes.
And we're still talking about food.
Indeed. This is proof, right, that good food brings people together.
Yes, especially handsome people together.
Like
Case
us.
in point. Exactly.
Thank you. Great. And first and foremost, something our lovely hosting venue, Mid Smith. As you can see, we have very amazing burgers
Oh.
and cocktails.
Yes.
I cannot wait to dig in. What are you
Yes.
having, bro?
I'm having a cheeseburger. It's not a double cheeseburger, it's just a cheeseburger. It's your default double already.
By default, it's a double.
And
Generosity.
Yeah, you?
I'm having the brisket sandwich.
Nice. You can look at, wow, look at the fat on that.
You know, when they first put the sandwich on the table, right, it's like glistening.
Yeah.
It was like juicy as hell.
Yeah. We're
And for
also
drinks?
having the cucumber south side, and you are having the.
I'm having coffee break. So I requested for a whiskey cocktail, and they provided us with a coffee break, and they use one of my favorite whiskeys, Monkey Shoulder. You hungry already, right?
Monkey Shoulder got whiskey, ah?
Yeah.
Oh.
Monkey Shoulder is one of the finest whiskey ever made.
Okay.
Check them out.
I don't mean to rush you, but I'm.
Okay, let's dig in.
I cannot wait. I'm so excited. Why are you staring at me? You're supposed to eat together.
It's damn juicy, like you saw that like dripping, you know.
Wow, that is the cheeseburger. Eh.
So normally on our show we will do a cheers first, lah.
I'm so sorry.
But you are so damn
I'm
video.
so sorry.
This guy, just because like he's the king of YouTube, right? He walks around doing what he wants.
You all earn the right to be called Meat Smith. If this is what you're doing to meat, hot damn. I think juicy is the key thing about all their burgers and all their meats. They cook it in such a way, right, that everything is just like the moment you bite down into it, expect leakage. Good stuff. Wow.
Expert leakage, right?
Now, are we going to cheers on the no?
Yes, we are.
Yes.
Cheers
Cheers
to friendship.
to friendship,
Thank you.
to good food,
Thank you.
to handsomeness.
To handsome boys.
Strong.
So Aiken wanted a gin cocktail.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I really like it. I tend to like things a bit more fruity. Yeah, because my life is bitter enough. Therefore, the fruitiness will lift it.
That's damn sad, bro.
I'm kidding.
That's sad.
I'm kidding.
Okay, so in season 3, right, we really want to spend time with the people that we care about, and Aiken Chia is one of those individuals. But more than just that, right, in today's episode of 4 hours in, we're going to walk around Amoy Street to all these amazing venues, and we're just going to have a conversation. Yeah.
So the premise of this show is we eat and just talk about.
we eat, we banter, we talk, we hang out, and we're just going to walk around, go to a couple of places.
And then you like set the bar so high. This is the first place we're eating.
With
Solid
amazing
stuff.
burgers, yeah. It's not just good food, you know. Today we're going to have amazing drinks also.
Oh, is it?
It's good. No, it's going to be a lot of drinks actually. A lot of drinks.
You know, I'm in my 30s, right?
As am I.
As are you, right? And in my 30s, my tolerance has reduced significantly.
Same.
The hangover takes. First of all, I didn't know that that amount would get me drunk, and then I didn't know I'll be so hungover.
It's the hangover, right?
Yeah, it takes about a day now to really recover.
Same. I agree with you. Mine's about a day also.
A day and a lot
Yeah.
of Milo. Wow, this is my job, I'm down. Let's go.
Yes.
Come, let's chat.
Yes.
What's up? What's going
Yes.
on? Tell me.
So I think the first question, right? The first question is, how have you been?
I've been so good. I've been so good. I've been feeling so free. And when I'm free, right, I get to be very, very creative. And I get to like rediscover food again. I know it sounds damn cheesy, but basically, right, I've been working with food for so long that I haven't had the time to think of food outside of work.
Wow.
So this last 6 months was just me rediscovering places to eat again, finding it organically, and yeah, I've been feeling very free, very happy. But I must say, right, I need to apologize. I'm always late. That's the one diva thing that I'm genuinely sorry about.
So I was going to break his balls on the show, but that will happen regardless. Hey, bro. So now that you have a lot of time on your hands, right? How have you been feeling your time, bro?
So besides finding good food, I go and work out now. at BFD.
I see it every day on Instagram.
Actually, because of you.
Really?
Because Sean was the one person who kept telling me, bro, you need to do strength training. And I never did it. I only ran a lot.
You did.
BFD was the one thing that had a good balance of cardio and strength. So I listened to you. Then my arms now more toned, so I will like flex in the mirror, alone in the toilet lah. Yeah.
I can validate this, right?
Huh?
So I tell you right. So it was one time, right? So I saw him in church, and so I was sitting behind him, right? And I saw his shoulders, getting more defined. Like his delts are like popping, Then I was like, dude,
Yeah.
have you been working out? Because like I see your delts popping. Okay, so working out. What else? I mean, other than working out, finding good food.
I'm a very people person, so I fill up my nights with catching up with a lot of old friends.
Okay.
I realized in the last 4 years, right, I was very busy. I was busy to the point that I had neglected a lot of friendships that were very important to me. I sort of took time to even apologize to some friends, reconnect with them, go out for dinner, have a good time. And I realized what makes me happy is relationships. And like I don't want to neglect that at the expense of work or commercial success.
I want to just touch on this, expand on your point, right? So this is one thing that Aiken taught me, another life lesson that he taught me.
Oi.
So we were having this discussion, and I don't remember this, right? But we were having discussion about how do you find time for people or for relationships. And you brought up something
What did I
that
say?
kind of influenced me,
Is it?
Yeah, you told me that you're extremely protective of your time.
I remember telling Sean, right, I'm sorry, but I don't believe in the old school method of networking because
Yes, that was the context.
right?
Yes.
Because
yes.
I'm like, I don't need to show face. I don't need to. I mean, no offense. It's just what I believe in. If you like my product, you will buy the product. You will work together, we'll collaborate. I don't need to wayang for you. And that's why for me, the time that I have, especially at night, dinner time, is the time that I want to be filled up. I want to go and hang out with my friends. I want to enjoy life with them instead of being at a place or an event that I don't want to be just to be seen. So it's very rare that you see me at an event unless I really believe in the brand, love the brand, or have a friend that I'm there for and stuff like that lah. Yeah.
That's amazing, bro.
Hey, but we learn a lot from one another. Cause Sean is the boss man. So a lot of the stuff that I need advice from, I go to him.
Oh, you're so kind,
Yeah,
bro.
no, for sure.
I do my best, but I thank you for your friendship, bro. I mean, you've been a dope fella, lah.
Hey, don't talk like we're closing the show. We still got.
Yes, that's true.
We're
That's true.
going
That's
to
true.
the next place. Is
See, I'm
it?
getting emotional. I talk to this fella, I get emotional. So I've been stalking your IG, obviously, right? I think me and 80 something other thousand people in Singapore. I saw that you went on like 2 holidays.
I did.
Right after that happened. So
I did.
where'd you go?
I was very I felt so liberated, right?
Okay.
That I thought I just want to go and see the world and do what I want to do.
Yeah.
I went to Europe, so I went to Barcelona, Denmark, and where's the place where Amsterdam? Yeah, okay.
Amsterdam. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then after that, I came back to Singapore, and I knew I needed alone time. So I went to Korea.
That's important, yeah.
So Korea was my 1 week of just being by myself. It's the longest solo trip I've ever done before.
Well done.
But I felt like that was the trip where all of this launch, all of these questions, all these evaluations came up. So what do I really want to do? What kind of content do I want to make? How would I do things differently? All of that happened at the second half of my Korea trip where I had to be with myself.
Oh, this is important.
Yeah, be with myself and be comfortable being with myself.
Yes.
Yeah, and I found out that I actually loved it, but my extrovert limit, right, is day 5. Day 5 of being alone. Yeah, day 6 I'll be depressed already. So I was there for 7 days, and day 6 I was like, why am I so sad? Why do I feel so sad? Then I realized, because I haven't seen people.
That is true.
I haven't met people. So for me, I think 5 days alone would be like a nice good break lah. Yeah.
I agree. So I myself, I take solo trips. I mean, before the pandemic, lah.
Yes, you do, right?
I'll do like once a week. I would say
1 week.
1 week in Taiwan, my favorite country. And I realized that, I agree with you. When you are forced to be alone with yourself,
Yeah.
you get to ask all the hard questions.
Exactly.
And it's something scary, right?
Yeah. And not just be alone with yourself, because when I'm alone, right, the temptation is to let me go and tour, let me go and see this mountain, let me go and see that river. No, you need to sit down and just stop. You need to stop even focusing on the outside. And that's what I really had to force myself to do. I sat by the beach and I stopped every day for like at least 6 hours to reflect, to contemplate. But again, this is after like a crazy year.
Yeah.
And sort of coming to a crossroads in my life lah. Yeah.
I'm so happy for you, bro.
Thanks. Yeah, no, I really feel
Like you found yourself.
I found myself, and not only that, I think like I found the meaningful work that I want to do next, and everything that you'll see coming after this from me is a byproduct of honouring that space for myself.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Honoring that space for myself. I'm going to use that. Honoring that space for myself.
Yes. Dude, like it's just 6 months of therapy and all this like some people will find it too like but
Again, honoring the space for yourself.
Yeah.
Shit.
Because you know why not? Everything else is like a distraction.
Yeah.
Even the good food, even the let me go on a tour, or let me do this, let me do that. Sometimes you need to just ask yourself, what do I really feel and what do I really want? Then
My man.
Okay, this has been great, but I want to have more.
Yes.
Where are we going to next?
Okay. My man, you're a true professional. So next, we are going off to one of my favorite restaurants and bars. I believe we're going to Employees Only, just down the road. It's like a 2-minute walk.
Oh,
We're going to have some drinks, have some small bites.
nice.
I'm-
Yeah, it's time to do it. But I'm going to grab this burger and go.
I'm going to finish my drink though. He's just walking out without me, this fucking guy.
Yeah, do it. Sweat.
Okay, bro, so so I'm going to ask you one of those 70 questions.
Oh,
evoke
yes.
kind of thing, okay? I
Oh
have
my
to.
God, dream
It's
come
a-
true.
It's a new part of our show, okay? We're
Okay.
trying to incorporate this, okay?
Uh-huh.
So if you were to have dinner, right, with anyone dead or alive,
Uh-huh.
who
Who
would
would
it
it
be?
be?
Who would it be?
I would have to say the author C.S. Lewis.
Wow.
He's a philosophical writer and apologist, right? He's somebody that I've looked up to because of his writing. A lot of his writing has shaped the logical side of my faith. And I feel like if I just had 30 minutes with him, it would help me go a bit deeper in my faith.
What
Yeah.
question would you ask then? Like,
Actually, I would just ask him how come somebody, like what about this faith, right, makes sense to him, you know? Like he's somebody who's so deep philosophically, he's very
a brilliant man, yeah?
a brilliant guy, right? And he is able to explain a lot of the logic and the sense of my faith in its essence. So I will ask him, right, maybe like why or how did he start maybe like thinking about all these things? What made
Hey,
him
we have to go this way.
What's his story? Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
No, go, carry on.
What's a nice park?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would ask him sort of like what led to the formation of his faith. Yeah. Basically that. You, if you could meet anyone dead or alive, who would it be?
Wow, bro. If I could meet anyone dead or alive, I would.
Marilyn Monroe.
No, I'm not a big fan, believe it or not. I think mine would be. Actually, no. Okay, dead or alive, I would say Jordan Peterson.
Jordan Peterson!
Yes. So I recently stumbled upon him, right?
Ah.
My colleague introduced me to him.
Brilliant.
And I just went down this rabbit hole, just
Yeah.
been watching his content.
Yeah.
And I think that he's, for a man who is so brilliant, so intelligent,
Yes.
but recently found religion or found a spiritual meaning, I was trying to make sense of that rationale.
Okay.
And I thought that was, and also because he promotes a lot of critical thinking, right? To
Yeah.
question,
Yeah.
to always question.
Yeah.
So I think that was,
Yeah.
that's my answer, lah, bro. I would say him, lah.
On that note, right, somebody more recent would be Anthony Bourdain.
Okay. Oh, wow.
I want to meet him, right, because my very honest truth is when I first watched his food show, I absolutely hated him. I was like, this guy is so arrogant, he's so anti what a host and a food show host should be.
Yeah.
But yet, like when I started to lean into his content, his writing, and how seriously he took everything, it blew my mind. Hey, where is it, Ashan?
It's down the road. I think we're almost there already. It's just right there.
Nice.
I see it already. Shall we? Cheers, bro.
Cheers.
Ooh.
Wow.
Okay, so we're having the common sense. It's basically like a play off the old fashioned, but they use monkey shoulder lah. One of my favorite whiskeys.
Oh, that is.
Yeah.
I see what you're trying to do here.
Right?
Getting me there, getting me to talk.
That is the point. But more than just that, right? I mean, so we went through the easy questions.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna dive deeper right now.
Okay, sure.
We're gonna go deeper, okay? I'm gonna hold your hand and we're gonna go deeper.
Okay.
Okay. So I think one of the things that we want to ask you, right? And so over here at Outlandish, like I don't just want to ask you the same questions that's been asked before. I mean, listen, I think that you being the person that you are, right? Being so well known. I mean, all the questions have been asked really in other shows. I want to talk about something else.
Okay. Good. I'm down.
I know adult Aiken, right? I want to know about young Aiken, baby Aiken.
Wow, therapy.
So how did baby Aiken made his way to be the glorious man that we see today.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, so why I am remotely even a good host
Okay.
is because I'm an only child. And because I had nobody really to talk to, I'll just talk to myself. And so I got very good at talking to myself, having imaginary friends, that one day when I picked up the camera, I remember telling my friend who is now working with me, Shah, I just said like, let's pretend like there are hundreds of thousands of people watching us.
Yeah.
But obviously we won't even do anything lah. And I'll just pick up the camera and pretend like we're on a travelogue. And so it really manifested.
That is so cute, eh?
And that was when I was like 15, 16.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I got good at talking to myself and feeling like it's normal to talk to myself because I grew up alone at home a lot. My mom was out working and I would come back from school and I'll be alone at home. So I'll be like, okay, I can entertain myself lah. Yeah.
Wow.
What's this ah?
Wow.
Okay, artichoke.
This is a kale and artichoke dip.
Oh.
Oh, it's damn good, bro.
Wow.
The garlic at the back.
Yeah. Wow, that's a nice strong sauce.
I wasn't expecting this.
That's good.
Oh wow.
Maguro kueh pai tee. Have you ever heard of that? Never.
Okay,
Cheers.
Cheers.
Wow, who would have thought?
This is damn good.
Oh my goodness.
This is damn good.
I've had crab meat on kueh pai tee, but maguro on kueh pai tee,
I like this a lot.
that's good stuff.
I like this a lot. So we have heard that you had a very tough upbringing. And that's unfortunate for anyone.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, right?
Yeah.
How do you think your very hard childhood have molded you to be the man that you are today?
Wow, good question. When I was young and going through all my stuff, right, I would obviously want it to pass, but now that I've gone through it, I am very, very grateful that I've gone through it. I can take care of myself, and not just take care of myself, I can take care of other people. Yeah. So the holding space for myself became actually to the other extreme where I was so professional and I was so trying so hard to be there for myself, not let myself down, that I was shutting out my emotions, right?
Wow.
But I wanted to just find the middle ground. How can I be very professional, very driven, very successful, but also still hold space for my emotions? Yeah.
How you hold space for my emotions?
Yeah, because when we
Wow.
work, we tend to shut down our emotions.
Yes.
Because we need to be objective.
Yes.
But I'm learning that the emotions sometimes are just good signals that can guide you. Yeah.
Wow.
And so when I was very young, right, I was a very emotional child. I'm very emotional compared to a lot of other guys, as I've been told.
Do you get in trouble as a shit?
Yeah.
In your youth, in your angsty teens?
Naughty.
Naughty.
So when I was in primary school, right, not many people know this, but I really like wrestling.
This is now an outlandish exclusive.
No,
Breaking
yeah,
news.
yeah. I love wrestling, right?
Yeah.
And I would get into so much trouble because I just want to try all these wrestling moves for my friends.
Okay. Anybody got hurt?
Yes.
Oh no.
Yeah, I pedigreed one of my friends to the ground. Like,
Wait,
full
what's pedigree again?
Triple H.
Oh!
yeah,
Then
yeah.
you.
He got it!
Oh man.
And he was really hurt. But he was such a good friend that he didn't want to put the blame on me, even though he was like bleeding. So I was a very extroverted, happy, loud, funny kid. I would get away for not being teased for being fat because I was a funny kid. Yeah. So
Were you a fat kid?
I was a fat kid, man.
How fat?
Fat, yo. I tough up all the
So
time.
high. Tough club.
Tough club.
Tough club.
To those who are watching, you've been tough club. We feel your pain.
We feel your pain. You know, I also found out, right, that tough club is fat club backwards.
Exactly. Who
It's
thought of
SAT.
that? Who thought of that? Someone thought of that.
Cruel people.
You are very cruel. And then they call it trim and fit, no? Such lies, eh? Trim.
Oh shit.
It stands for trim and fit club.
Lies. That's what teenage years, right? I mean, like, we all go through our best and worst times as a teenager, right? Whether it's your first heartbreak or whether it's anger. I mean, I was an angry teen. I mean, I don't know about you, but
Yeah.
were you also?
Teenage years, right? And I don't mean to be a downer, but it was the worst time of my life.
Oh.
It was the time that I was clinically diagnosed with depression at 14.
Oh fuck.
Uh,
Sorry. Oh, sorry, I was in a moment with you. Sorry.
No,
sorry.
no worries.
I was with you. Sorry. Sorry.
You know why? Because I came to a point where I was like, I don't want to please anyone. I don't want to try to earn anyone's approval. I want to be a wrestling star. So I did whatever I want. I
Okay.
really did whatever I want, but on the inside I felt very empty lah. As a kid, I felt a bit lost because my mom was busy working, my dad didn't live with us. I had to sort of figure it out on my own. And there was a point in my life where I was just like, I'll go wild lor. Yeah, go wild.
What do you mean by going wild?
I'll do whatever I want. I stopped going to school because I didn't feel like going to school anymore. I just stopped going to school. I was sneaking into clubs at 13. 13
Who would have thought?
yeah, and I got into my first police case, right, when I was 14 years old because we were making fake IDs.
My man.
So that was
I
a very,
respect the hustle. I respect the
a
hustle.
very solid pass before 15 years old. But deep down, honestly, deep down, I was just trying to find an anchor for my very like chaotic upbringing lah. Yeah.
So when do you think that you had to grow up? Like at what age do you think that you had to be an adult already? Like,
13 onwards.
okay, to know what.
Because 13 onwards, right, I had to start making money for myself.
Wow.
I had to go find a job because my school fees were not paid. And I was thinking like, okay, how am I going to do it? In fact, I shared this before, but how I got into hosting is because I needed to make more than $10 an hour. I needed like a job that would pay me more.
Yeah, okay.
$10 an hour, right? You cannot pay your poly fees, you know, cannot. So I was like, someone said you go and audition and try. So I tried lor. Then I was like, okay lor.
Was it the Mediacorp time?
Yes, Mediacorp time.
Just Mediacorp time, is it?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
But I'm very proud to say that at 21, in an effort to make more than $10 an hour, I made my first 10K when I was in poly.
My man.
For my internship.
Man.
For my internship.
My man, okay.
So everyone was boasting that they got $800 pay for their internship. Then they asked me on my pay, I just yeah. So that was me, a little bit of me in my childhood lah.
Wow.
A bit like sometimes I look back, right?
Yeah.
I have to just give my pat on my shoulder because I'm like, well, I overcame all of that.
Yeah.
You know, and now I live a much richer life, a fuller life because I went through that lah.
You know, I agree. I think that people who go through like a rough childhood or tough childhood, no matter what, right, like you mature
Yes.
so much faster,
Yes.
you learn so much, you absorb so much more,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you see the value in a lot
Yeah.
of different other things.
Oh, can I tell you all one last anecdote?
Sure.
You know why me and food are a thing or not?
Tell me why.
Because when I was young, right, and I was in ACS, right, everyone got to eat at the Tong Lok lah and all the nice places, right? And I could barely.
You're an ACS boy.
I'm an ACS boy.
You're an AC boy. Wow. Okay,
No.
it's AC.
They would eat at all these fancy restaurants,
Yeah.
and I could barely afford like a mid-tier place. So I told myself, right, one day I'm going to make enough money
Yeah.
to eat wherever I want.
Yes.
But then I superseded that dream lah, because now people pay me to eat.
That's a good point.
So when me and Sean go out to eat, right, the table is always full, and I don't know, I reached my goal of like, okay lah, let's just like not bother about the price, but let's just order whatever we want.
Yes.
Yeah.
When we go out and eat, right, we order everything on the menu.
We do.
And I think I rationalize this, right? Because someone told me about this, right? I rationalize this. I think it's because we grew up with so little,
Yeah.
we overcompensate when we order food.
Exactly that. Someone recently asked me, why do you always over order? Then I had to stop and ask myself, why do I always over order?
Yeah.
And I think I'm trying to compensate for my childhood.
Yes.
You are absolutely
We do
right.
that, you know,
yeah.
you
This, I resonate.
Yeah, I hear you, brother.
So a bit of my childhood, a bit of yours, and it's like led to.
Hey, but this show's about him, huh? This thing.
Yeah,
so this
yeah, no,
episode's
but-
about Ikencha. But yeah.
But I mean, naturally, because we are friends, I think that these are our connecting
Yeah.
points. Yeah.
That is true. That is true.
Cheers. 2 more to go. Where's next?
We're going to Moonstone.
What's Moonstone?
It's an amazing bar, actually.
Is it?
I'm trying to swallow it.
No way.
Yeah, so we're going to Moonstone. Moonstone is very progressive, right?
Oh.
It's one of those very, I don't want to say hipster, but it looks very aesthetic,
Okay.
right?
Alright.
Amazing food, amazing drinks, and it's just like next door, I think. It's like 2 years down from us, so
Nice, let's do it. Oh,
that's a strong drink, though.
that's a strong drink.
Strong drink.
Alright, let's go.
He's always leaving without me, no. Did he really walk up? He did. It's a heavy door.
Oh.
Okay, we'll go this way. Okay, so we spoke about
Childhood.
childhood.
Uh-huh.
We spoke about what you do on your time off. Now that you
Okay.
have newfound time, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about inspiration. Now you spoke about anchors, right?
Mm.
So I'm gonna do one of those cheesy questions again, right? So bear with me, okay?
Let's go.
So like childhood heroes, superheroes.
Oh.
If you had to be one, what would you be?
From young, right,
Yeah.
I've always resonated with Batman.
Oh.
because I don't know, even from young, I could detect the trauma that he's been through.
Oh no.
And how he sort of tried to make good of it lah. So I like Batman because Batman, right, the hero and the villain always has depth. It's not they're just bad because they're bad. There's always depth to how they became that way. Except for Joker lah, because we don't really know. But for the rest of them, something always happened that shaped them to be a certain type of bad or a certain type of good. And from young, right, I've always empathized with the hero and the villain, because the background of why gave me more context to be more compassionate.
But Batman has no superpowers, right? Like he's just
Exactly,
a
that's
wealthy fellow who's brilliant.
That's the other thing. Batman has no superpowers. He made it on his own effort, that kind of thing, you know. Like
Wow.
I think I resonated with that lah. So for me, from young, always obsessed with Batman. Always had a Batman toy or a Batmobile somewhere lah.
Yeah.
So Batman for me was always the inspiration. Yeah.
That's mad. Oh, we're here. Finally.
Okay, Moonstone. Let's
Most
do
of
it.
right there, yeah. Wow.
Here we go.
We have beef sando, we have Claude de Lune,
Yeah. And the New York Daddy.
Singapore Daddy lah.
Very apt for you. Cheers.
酒席哇 Cheers. Oh, smells fruity.
Oh, third drink for the night.
This is yummy.
Oh, this is yummy.
It's very yummy. It's like whiskey and wine. What's yours? Huh?
I have no idea. Lime, and
No,
booze.
but you like gin, right?
I love. I like the floral fruity stuff. Dude, you weren't kidding when you said this place is a bit hipster. It's not just hipster, it's like eclectic and eccentric and wow, like graffiti and then like the chairs we're sitting on.
I like the tables, I like the chairs though.
Yeah, very
It's
cool.
very aesthetic, yeah.
It's almost like they went to some like second-hand shop.
They
thrift
went
shop.
to a thrift store in Ang Mo Kio and they found most of this.
You're almost certain, right?
I'm almost certain.
Okay, so what's the base of what I'm having, gin?
You're having gin, I think you're having Hendrix gin.
Oh, I love. Hey, fun fact, I used to work for Hendrix Gin.
Do you
I
really?
used to be the brand ambassador for Hendrix Gin at Changi Airport.
That was a lifetime ago.
That was a lifetime ago. That was when I was making $10 an hour.
Yeah.
But I would be like, I would learn how to make a nice gin and tonic. And for Hendrix Gin, right, we would garnish with cucumber because that is their main ingredient.
My man knows it. Well done, bro.
So I can make at least a good gin and tonic with Hendrix lah.
I believe you. So right, when I go out with this gentleman, right, it's either wine,
Yeah.
Malbec,
Yes.
this one of your favorites, right?
Yeah.
Or
no,
is it
or
gin and tonic? Oh,
yeah.
gin and tonic, yeah.
Okay, then
It's
we are
nice.
also having a beef short rib sando.
Yes. Let's get the plates.
Oh, this one looks substantial.
Oh, we have more food.
Oh, we got more food.
Just come in, brother.
This will be the fried shark chips.
This is the one we're gonna try.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so one thing I love about Sean, right, is this guy loves his innards also.
Yes.
So when we go and eat and there's innards, we will straight away order.
Yes. Yes.
Should we go for this first though?
Yes.
Okay,
I
come.
grab one. I grab one. Oh, it's hefty. Oh, it's heavy.
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 Okay, later you say I never cheers you, ah. I cheers you first.
Cheers. Okay,
Cheers.
cheers.
Oh, cheers.
Cheers. Okay, it smells good.
Most of the bread on the sandwiches are throwaways. This sourdough
Has value.
has value.
Has value.
Makes you not want to throw away.
I'm getting like subtle sweetness.
Yeah.
The cheese. There's this amazing sauce that
Yeah.
yo, this is a very good sandwich, you know.
It's a good sandwich. And I need to give props to Moonstone for not taking a shortcut on the bread. There's some legit sourdough. Makes me not want to skip out on it. So that's pretty good stuff.
They could have used like any white bread, right?
Exactly. Okay, tripe.
Good.
This is really good. Tripe chips. I cannot wait.
Same.
So tripe is the
It's the stomach.
Stomach.
The stomach. But it's one of the 4 stomachs, right? So this tripe chips, right? Very crispy.
beer food, man.
And it's not gamey, right?
Okay.
There's no awful taste.
But I need to tell you.
Go ahead.
Our gamey
Oh, different level lah.
benchmark threshold
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
very high. We can take a good stank. That's good.
The innards is not awful at all.
Good stuff. I got a feeling you are going to conveniently, stylistically segue into deeper questions, am I right?
Indeed, brother. So I think one of the next question, right?
Yeah.
That we have to ask you, right? And I'm going to try to phrase this as gently as I possibly can, okay? So just bear with me, okay? We all know, or rather the public, right? I mean, I don't even think we want to go into it, right? But you and your previous company call it quits.
Yeah.
And that was all over the news. But that's old news, right? We're all about the future, we're all moving forward for life.
Yeah.
So my question to you is then is, right, I mean, like, all things considered, all things said and done, and how you and your previous partners has part ways, what do you think was like the positive elements that you took home from that? Because I'm sure there has to be some kind of positive, right?
Wow. There's so many positives. I'm always grateful to Ryan and Sylvia. They taught me everything I know. Like, they were the ones, I'm getting a bit emotional because the drinks and because like I'm thinking back, because you need to understand, right, I came from a MediaCorp place where no one cared at all about what I could do. Ryan and Sylvia were the one who gave me a space to shine, gave me a platform, and not just gave me the space, they evolve my talent, evolve my creativity, evolve my business acumen. I owe a lot to them. I will always be grateful to them, and nothing in the last year will ever change that. And especially since this is a public video, I'm happy to let them also. And I'm sure through the years I've let them know many times, but from Sylvia, I learned how to be a better business person. I learned how to refine my account management skills. I learned how to lead a team effectively. I learned how to be a good leader. From Ryan, we would have ideas, like a lot of creative ideas, and Ryan would be the guy where we would just be like, let's do it. No holds barred, let's do it. So I absolutely think that who I am today is a real result of their investment in me, despite everything that has happened. In the same way I cannot deny that the bad stuff happened, I also cannot deny the amount of good stuff that has happened. And to me now, like, I can only do what I do, acknowledging that it was them who gave me that space when I never had it before. And mind you, I was in media since I was 21.
Wow.
I met Ryan and Sylvia when I was working for like 7-8 years without a break, you know. No one believed in me enough and as much as they did.
That's important, man.
Yeah.
So they gave you a space, they gave you a platform, and I mean, you obviously made the best of it, lah. So I get that negative stuff happened, positive stuff happened. Now that you're in that position, so today, Egan Chia is in that position, right, where, okay, I've made all the mistakes, and at the same time, I was given an amazing platform. I made it work, and today I've essentially opened my own shop. So now that you have your own shop, now that you're about to drop amazing content that even us, people in the business, don't even know of, how has your journey with Ryan and Sylvia made you, or was about to make you, one of the best content creators that's about to drop content in Singapore? How is that going to happen? What's in store? Like, what would you bring to the table?
Okay.
Now that you're there.
I need to caveat that I'm also very scared because these are things that I've never done before. I got to shine and produce and host one of the best projects of my life, Food King. But with that also came a limitation because the success was Food King, right? So I worked very hard on Food King.
Right.
But there's so much more to me. There's so much more that I haven't shown myself. There's so much more I haven't shown to you guys. And to me, while a lot of people know me for Food King, I just feel like I have a lot more to offer. So I think what I take away from them is that I guess authenticity that they seem to have with their audience, that very sharp business sense that they carried all throughout and still now, but just fine-tuned to how I would do it. What kind of content, what kind of core values resonate with me, what would I say no to, and even like being honest, like keeping it small enough to be able to do what I want, so that I don't have to think about. I mean, it's not easy to be in their position. They have to feed a company of 40 people.
Oh wow.
You know what I mean? Like the pressure is on for them, right? But I don't have to be in their position. I can just start small and think about what I want to do as a creative. Yeah. So I think I've learned so much from them. It applies in the day-to-day, the stuff that you will never see on camera. The replying emails, the negotiating with clients, the building relationship with people. These are things I've learned from them that, in a sense, only people who may have crossed paths with me in a work setting might get to experience. But it's really from their investment also. Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm always eternally going to be grateful for them, but it is also a new chapter for me. And I think they, as my mentors, they recognize that also. And I think that I hope to believe that they will be proud of me in this new season.
I'm sure
of
they
my-
are.
yeah.
I mean, like, all things said and done, I'm very sure that it's
Yeah.
also,
Yeah.
whether said or unsaid,
Yes.
I truly believe that anyone who has spent that much time
Yes.
coaching another person
Yes. Yeah.
would have some kind of joy and pride. I'm sure. I'm certain.
Yeah. So I mean, Ryan and Sylvia, if you're watching, I'm forever grateful. I'm very thankful, and really like my next season could not be possible without what has happened lah. Yeah.
Okay, brother. Thank you for opening up, man. Like you went deep. Like I'm
I never been asked that question, and you know, like it's always tempting to just focus on the what people want, like the juicy negative stuff.
yeah.
But there's so much more good that came out of that for
Yeah.
in my life lah.
Yeah. You know, I want to say this also, right? So, like, I mean, we are friends, and we are on each other's social media, and people who I know will come up to me and say, like, hey, what's happening? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, well, then, and it annoyed me, you know, it annoyed me because I realized that people were just focusing on the juicy, gossip part of it, but people fail to realize that there are people actually hurting from this. That people's work and vice versa is affected, you know. I just thought it was unfortunate, but yeah, I think it was a good reminder, right? The inside of people, right?
Yeah.
Than just wanting the juicy bits.
For sure. And none of that came from me.
Yeah.
None of that came from me. And I maintain my position to this day. Because there's a time and place. I'm here for the work. You know what I did during that period? I went to order a really good beef brisket from a smokehouse.
Okay.
And then everyone was following me because they wanted the juice and the tea. And I was like, hey, let me just go and promote local businesses. So I ordered the smokehouse ribs.
My man.
I was like, hey guys, if you're looking for American barbecue, go and check out these ribs, right? Because it's not my thing. It's just not my thing to be like, no lah.
Bitter and petty. I've never seen you drag anyone online, offline. Like in a time that I've known you, right? You've never done. And that's why you're different,
I'm
bro.
just here for the food. No lah, kidding. I really do think there's a time and place, and for me in front of the camera, that time and place is to create positive impact, is to effect positive change, whether for small local businesses or for my audience who are watching. That's
I'm
always
going to
been
ask you
for.
one more.
Okay.
Just came to mind. We're going off script really, okay?
Okay.
This is not part of the script. We're going off script.
Ayo.
Everyone has asked you about the juicy bits. Everyone has want to get the inside scoop because everybody loves gossip. But all things said and done, right? Personally, how have you healed from this? What were the steps that you did? I mean, it was a traumatic incident regardless, right? Whether you were directly involved or not, irrelevant. But you implicated. With that said, what have you done to work on yourself and to move past that emotionally?
So exactly that, right? It's working on yourself.
Okay.
You can always blame a lot of people, you can always blame a lot of circumstances, right? But
Fair.
my responsibility is towards myself. And when all that happened, right, I can even go into therapy and say like, that thing happened to me and all that. But the key thing is to work on myself. I shared publicly that I had gone through anxiety and all that, right? But this came from deeper stuff. This came from deeper childhood stuff.
Oh, wow.
That were just triggered by something that happened recently.
Oh.
So to me, it was always like, if there's an indicator that I can work on myself a bit more, I can go deeper and become a better version of myself, I want to take those steps. Which is why therapy has always been crucial for me. Because, right, I'm an only child. I need to step out of myself sometimes and process, have a safe space to process, have a safe space to check in with myself and work on myself, lor. Because, you know, being an only child, right, is my mom going to tell me my flaws or my wrong perceptions and stuff? She may not be able to tell me, but in the setting of therapy, I am provided an alternative perspective. Yeah, so I think I can blame myself, I can blame others.
Yeah.
But the truth is, I know I have so much to learn from what happened also. And I need to get working and healing on myself. Yeah.
So have you healed?
I am on my way. I wouldn't say I am fully healed.
It's a process, lah.
It's a process, but honestly, doing meaningful work like this, doing awesome collaborations that feel right to me, not just doing it because I'm trying to sell out or make money, right? Like doing stuff like this with my friends these are the things that make me more and more aligned. It makes me come alive a lot more. Yeah, so I need to thank you also because this feels good, feels right for me. Feels
Oh, thank
natural,
you.
organic. Like this is a chance for me to show my real self instead of talking about the food for 90% and not even like sharing the real hard stuff that I've actually overcome so much, you know. Yeah, so this is new for me, but it's also nice. It's nice for me. It's a nice space I'm stepping into.
I'm great, appreciate it.
Yeah.
People want to see the juicy stuff, the behind the scenes, but no one wants to understand like,
Yeah.
is Aiken okay?
Yeah.
Is Aiken alright? Like,
So I mean the real juice and the real stuff, right, actually is all this difficult turmoil that we are overcoming. If you look at that as the juice, right, there's a lot of juice because we overcome so much. There's a lot of good life lessons to learn from that. And if I angle it that way and not in gossip, I think it will be more helpful.
my man.
Okay, we went very deep. I can't
My man.
imagine the fourth place. I can't imagine the fourth place.
You know, every
I'm
time,
leaving,
every
I'm
time
leaving.
I talk to Aiken, right, there's always some life lesson I take away. But we have to move on to
Yes.
our fourth location.
But I will need to say one last cheers to that, man. That was a good conversation.
I'm glad, bro. I'm glad. So, fourth location.
Let's go.
Not yet. We haven't told people we're going
Oh,
first.
where are we going?
Our fourth location, right? One of my favorite bars along Amoy Street, Stay Go Flamingo.
Sama?
Stay Go Flamingo. So Stay Go is like stay cool, stay happy, and Flamingo, I suppose.
Stay gold, flamingo, fabulous.
He's making fun of me right now.
I can't wait.
But just down the road,
Okay.
we should make a move ready.
Okay, bye bye.
Yes, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay, one last one. He's always leaving without me, no. Alright, let's go. Ooh. Alright, we're gonna walk this way.
Okay.
It's gonna be like right end of the road lah.
Nice.
Alright, Mr. Shah.
Okay, this is the easy question from what I'm
It's
guessing.
super easy,
Okay, here we go.
right? Okay, so I'm tattooed. You have plenty of tattoos also.
Okay.
But there must be tattoos that you have regretted, right? So start with first. So tell me about tattoos that you regret. And why?
There's one tattoo that I regret
Yeah.
because just now I was telling you about my rebellious phase when I was a teenager.
Okay.
And it was that phase that I got this tattoo at Cascaden for $50
Oh, no.
when I was 12 and a half to 13 years old.
Okay.
And
Wait, sorry, your first tattoo was 12 years old?
13 years old.
Wow, bro, you're more gangster than me. Shit. Okay, wow.
So this was my rebellious phase. I'm glad I went rabak early so
Okay.
that I was tired earlier.
Okay.
But my first tattoo, because I didn't know what to get.
Yes.
And as a 13-year-old, I'm like, okay, I want to be badass, but I also want to be a bit safe. So I got my initials at the worst place you could think of. I got a tramp stamp
No.
of my initials. So
Yeah.
I'm going to show you. I've never, hey dude, you really bring it out in me. I never showed this on camera before, but basically, it's like, can you see it?
Yes.
So,
Oh my god.
13-year-old mistakes. I regret.
This is gold. I can't believe you showed it. Okay, but bro,
I
what?
never seen it, like never ever showed it before. But yeah, I regret. $50 though, not bad, I guess.
But why is it on your bum, bro?
Because I wanted to hide, and yet I wanted to have a tattoo to show. So I don't know why it's... Okay, and that time I used to wear my pants very low, because it was cool. So I remember I sat down and I was like, oh yeah, this is the length I wear my pants, therefore I'll get my tattoo right above where I wore my pants. Then it turned out that it was just on the higher region of my ass.
Dude, that's insane, bro.
That was 13 years old when I was trying to be gangster.
Shit.
I think I left him speechless.
I truly, I mean, I'm rarely speechless, but
I feel like I feel like I'm showing really a different side that
Okay.
I've never shown before.
first of all, thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Secondly, I'm definitely not judging you.
I'm sorry you had to see that. Yeah.
Thirdly,
Yes.
now tell me about the tattoo you're most proud of.
Ah. Okay. So the tattoo that I'm most proud of, right, is a tattoo called it's a tattoo from C.S. Lewis, one of the authors that just now we talked about,
Wow,
right?
you love this guy, eh?
I love this guy, and this
Careful.
is from a poem
Yeah.
called "As the Ruin Falls," and the quote
As
is
the ruin falls.
"As the ruin falls."
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So the quote is, "For this I bless you as the ruin falls. The pains you give me are more precious than all other gains." And C.S. Lewis was basically realizing that the tragedy in his life had made him a man and taught him what true love was. So therefore, he said, the pains you give me are more precious than all other gains. It was perspective from my life because I had gone through so much pain and tragedy and affliction in my younger days. But I, on hindsight, realized that these are my most precious gains. The pains had given me so much more than maybe the good things in life would have. Yeah.
Dude, you gotta stop it, bro. You gotta
No.
stop making me feel stuff.
No,
like-
I'm being genuine lah. That's what my tattoo here says. It's here. Yeah. So that's the whole quote that's here. For this I bless you as the ruin falls. The pains you give me are more precious than all other gains. I regret something though, the font. But
Oh,
never mind.
So what font is this?
I don't know lah. I really don't know.
Oh.
I really have no
What
idea.
would you rather have then?
Something simpler.
Like Comic Sans, is it?
This looks so exciting eh. Look at that. Papadum, crab meat,
Let me give you one.
chickpea, sweet potato, and in also cured in what they call tiger's milk.
Tiger's milk. Tiger's milk.
So,
I mean, it's cured lah, but
hey,
still.
these are huge crab chunks eh. Yo, they don't come to play,
Oh
man.
wow.
How's it?
I really like this. It is very balanced.
It looks so like the things will not go well together. So I'm curious.
But it does it.
It does
You know, I had
Wow.
fish ceviche.
Wow.
This new. You get the crunchy bits, get the chickpeas.
Wow.
I really like this.
I can almost segment the layers in my head. The like sour, creamy sweet potato, and then the like sweet crab.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting, man.
Beautiful.
Who would have thought?
This is very nice. I really enjoy this. And before I move on to the next one, right? So I want to ask you this, right? So I think like a couple of interviews, right? Or in the social media that we see you in,
Ah,
you said a couple of times. You said that media is your calling.
is it? Did I say that?
No, but that's like that's a very bold statement, isn't it? Like it's so definitive. My calling. What do you mean by that?
Okay, can't remember when I said that. It sounds very bold, but what I guess I'm trying to say is that media was the first place, right? When I first hosted my kids show, the first time, it was the first time in my life I felt like, I can really do this, and I'm good at this, and it pays the bills.
Wow.
So it was the first time I felt like I fit into something, I could value add to something, I could hold my weight in a team, and it made me feel very, very excited. But what happened on my previous food show was beyond finding a space for my own talent, was that I realized social media is a very powerful place to effect change. One of my favorite stories was when we were in Phuket. I basically introduced my favorite pad thai store. And I just said, this is my favorite pad thai store. Every time I come to Phuket, I will stay near here so I can eat at this pad thai store. The next year when I came over, she had occupied the second store. She had expanded to the other store. And so when she saw me, she hugged me and she kissed me and she said, thank you, thank you. And I didn't even believe it. So I said like, no, confirm not me, confirm not me. And she said, no, it's you. Because she very funny, she said, I did a survey. I don't know what survey she did. And she said most of our new customers were from Malaysia and Singapore because they watched your video. And that was when I realized that the calling, however you want to phrase it, right? My purpose here was a lot bigger than just having a space for my own talent, fame and success. It was that I can use this platform to effect positive change. It will make real impact on people, their livelihoods, their stores, and if I could have the platform to do that, like I think like that makes me happy. So even with the previous food show, right, we just wanted to champion hawker culture. We wanted to champion small businesses. Yes, we were quite brutal with some reviews, but for the most part, I think we did try and help. Yeah, we did help. So I feel like the calling evolved as I grew as a person and as I grew in the industry. Yeah.
I've always wanted to ask you this, how does it feel to walk around with that much power? To affect change like that, whether positive or negative, But consider this, right? Like reviews changes people's businesses for the best or for the worst, right? How does that feel?
Okay, I don't walk around thinking like I got a lot of power lah.
Like your Thanos, right? Bucking him up.
Yeah,
Snapping
no, like,
fingers.
no one. If you walk around thinking that way, it's a bit strange lah. So I just like to keep it very simple and general, which is if I like, for example, I like the food today, I will rave about it. Whether I'm in this industry or not, I think me as a person, I would definitely post it on social media to celebrate it, to express myself. It's very coming back to the basics for me. So whether it affects change or not now, I don't know. This new venture may not be as successful as the previous one, but it still feels innately natural to me to express it also. Yeah. So to me, it's like I hope it impacts you. But if it's you know the thing I love about F&B is that everyone works so hard.
They do.
When I come down and just celebrate and appreciate their work, it's so meaningful for them. It's so meaningful for me.
I agree. Yeah.
And that just makes my day long. Yeah.
I think very in line with what you mentioned, right?
Yeah.
I think that when we started this channel, we wanted to be a voice of change, or rather,
Yeah.
a voice of positivity.
Yeah.
So I think that one of the, if I don't know if I'm sure you watch our show, but for those of you who are new to us, I mean, you see that, and I please take this with or look at this objectively, right? When we started reviewing foods per se, right? We tell our partners that number one, we're not reviewing the food. If we like your food, you're on our show regardless.
Yeah.
I mean, if you like your food, you're on our show. And
Yeah.
we'll talk up the food, we'll talk up the people, we'll talk up the experiences
Yeah.
and work that goes into it.
Yeah.
And that was something that I think even, especially us at Outlandish, try to achieve. Learning and seeing what all the good work they have done at Food King. So, I mean, to be honest, right, if you and Food King never started this food initiative and food media, I don't know if we'd be around today, you know. I mean, like, you guys are true pioneers of that genre.
Thank you.
Especially you being the face of that show.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun, and that was what I love doing for the last 4 years. Yeah. So the exciting part is now there's going to be that, but there's also going to be more than that. So I'm very excited to see what will happen next. Yeah.
One more thing that you said a couple of times also, right?
Yeah.
You brought up your faith
Ah.
and how it's the anchor for who you are as a person and the content you create.
Yeah.
Can you just, like, what do you mean?
So as an influencer, as a content creator, right, I'm most of the time tasked to share with what is authentic to me. My experiences, my recommendations, my my life, right? And to me, there's nothing more real and more personal than my faith, because I can't share my life, I can't share who I am and express who I am without sharing my faith. It's been so integral in my life that if I'm being an influencer, then my goal is to share authentically, then I can't exclude that out. So I've been a bit vocal about it, and hopefully try to represent the people of my faith in a way that's good and like happy and healthy and yeah. But I think for me, it was just again coming back down to being authentic. And for me, it really happened like that. Yeah, you may not believe and you may be of another faith, but it's okay. Like, for me, that's how I experience my faith, and that's why I share quite openly about it. And to me, you know, like the people of my same faith, I appreciate. They'll say like, hey, you know, you've been speaking so openly about it, blah blah blah. But the true affirmation for me doesn't come from the people of my faith, but from people who are like, who I guess like look from the outside and go like, and if my life helps them to think of like, hey, maybe this guy got something bigger than him. There's a power and there is a force behind his life that is way bigger than him, that is not something natural that he could concoct on his own. I hope that represents God well lah. Yeah. So that's why I've been a bit open about my faith, because my job influencer, why you want me to tell you the honest truth? That's the honest truth of my life. Yeah. Yeah. And I don't want to impose my faith. I don't need you to be like, oh, you must do this or no. But that's just sharing you. Every time I've shared, I just try to be as authentic as I can from my point of view and my experience. That's it. Yeah. Then up to you what to do. It's the same. You want to eat a chicken wing? Come here, eat a chicken wing. Cause I say good for you. You don't want to believe me? Also can.
First of all, thank you for sharing your life with us.
Hey, thanks, man.
Today was quite dope. I mean,
Today was like not just good food, but like good conversation. I felt.
I think it's important. That's important.
Yeah.
I think what you say, right? Like good food brings people together. I think today we have experienced that, lah.
For sure. Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Now, before we let you go, right? Whatever you're willing to share, right? What can we expect from Aiken Shah's new channel?
Okay, so you can definitely expect food, for sure. You can expect music.
Music, because he sings. I mean, I didn't know this, but he sings very well.
You can expect a more authentic side of myself, a side that I've never shown before. a side that you haven't got to see on a food show. So I'll just share that, like, I've never shared this before, and you won't even see it on the first video, but basically,
Okay.
right, learning from Sean, I had to incorporate my own company. And when I incorporated my company, right, to ask him how to go about it and all that, but when they sent me the documents, right, dude, I had a moment.
It was like a lot, right?
It was a lot.
Yeah.
And of course, now that I'm creating my own content, right, I had to really like turn on the camera and sit in that moment and share that moment with my audience. And I think that that's a side that I think many people will have never seen. Just even setting up a company, setting up a channel, what it takes. There's going to be a lot more realness on my channel. So I can't wait. I'm very excited.
Wow, bro.
May or may not have cried. And also, by the way, I'm a softie. I always cry.
I'm sure he will.
I always
I'm
cry.
sure he will.
Yeah, so you might see a lot more of that. A lot more realness. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm so excited there.
Woo! I'm excited.
Wait, so once again, when does the video come out? First one?
My first video comes out May 20th at I think 6 p.m.
May 20th, 6 p.m.
Yeah, and another hint is that my first video, right, is the ultimate fan service. Ultimate fan service. That's all I'll say.
The ultimate fan service. Not
Okay.
only fans, right?
No,
No, that's okay.
On YouTube. The launch is on
okay.
YouTube. Okay.
So it's the PG version of it, okay.
Okay, yeah, that's all I'll say lah. Then you have to
Listen,
just watch. Just a couple of days ahead only. Few days time, you can watch my video.
Thank you, bro.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for sharing this.
Everybody, if you like our content, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell and check out my channel in the links below. But if you also like smaller form content, right, you can check out our TikTok and our Instagram. So thank you so much. We'll catch you on the next one. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you for doing my closing.
I basically I told him like, hey, I'll just do the closing lah.
It's
Did I
all
hit
the
all the
drinks.
points? I think I hit all the points.
You did. Aiken Chia, guys.
I'll catch you next time.
See you next one.
Bye. Alright.
Hey, thank you for stay here.
Alright, ready? Yes.
Alright,